Christy, thanks for being on the live stream. For those who don't know, for like the 4 people out there who don't know, what's Honey Mamas? Put the microphone up to your mouth because no one will hear you. It's so crazy in here right now.
It's so crazy out there.
Almost like you're eating it. Like you're going to eat some Honey Mamas. That's how the microphone has to be.
Yeah, got it. Honey Mamas is a raw honey sweetened chocolate bar. Essentially, it's a hunk of love.
And Honey Mamas is in the fresh section. It's actually in the refrigerator section, right?
Yes, it sure is.
So what kind of challenges does that present?
I look at challenges as opportunities. First of all, it definitely presents the challenges of that when people try it or they get it for a gift at a birthday party or at a dinner party or whatever, they often will go to the specialty chocolate aisle to find it, and so it just presents that challenge of them to be like, where the heck is this in the store? And so for us, that is one of our biggest kind of brand challenges. Really, is to how do we message to people, find us where it's fresh.
So there's the challenge of finding you where it's fresh.
Yeah.
Now, I may or may not have been accused at times of being a Honey Mamas fanboy, but so, I mean, this whole sampling experience right now is partially because the first time I tried Honey Mamas, my head exploded because it was in like this plastic bag somewhere, and you know, at the last NOSH Live. Now, how are you driving trial? Like, because once you try Honey Mamas, you're just like, oh my god, this is amazing. But how are you driving people to try it?
Well, we do a lot of in-store demos, so we spend a lot of time in the grocery stores. We have a huge, well, I feel like it's a great following on social media. So we work a lot with influencers on social media, and we just have kind of a fun cult following of people. And I think that, honestly, I think that is the pretty prime, you know, kind of primary way to drive the people to taste it, because they. Just even the lavender red rose bar, that one is very Instagrammable. People end up going, what is this stuff? I got to try it. And then that's where I find that a lot of people get it turned on.
I may have found out about it through Shut the Kale Up. Probably.
Oh, did you?
Probably.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, because I find out about a lot of things through Jeanette Ogden.
Yeah.
We had her on Taste Radio, and that was pretty awesome. And talked to her a little bit about Honey Mamas and that sort of thing. So, working with influencers, how is that? How do you go about doing that?
You know, it's been a little bit of an organic process for us so far. They have reached out to us, you know, or kind of like picked it up and started freaking out about it. And then now we've kind of cultivated these relationships with them. And we're just now kind of doing a thing where we're looking at who we can work with and what is, you know, kind of what's the way moving forward, because so far it's been very, very organic. They've just been freaking out about it, putting out on their stories and stuff, and so now we're like, let's up the game a little bit and get some real play.
I can't imagine anyone freaking out about it. Not me. Do I have any on my face right now? So talk a little bit about what's next for Honey Mamas. Is there anything that you're excited about coming up, you know, that you want to share with us?
You know, I think that the most exciting thing that we have on the horizon right now is that we're doing a really fun packaging refresh. And what we're doing is, one of the things within that is that we're going to be launching a single-serve bar. So it's going to be about half the size of the bar that we have right now. It's going to be in a really beautiful, shiny foil package, and we're going to launch through Trader Joe's. In the they're developing a
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's
Nationally?
Yes. And one of the things, well, I think that one of the things that you kind of just hit on this whole thing of challenge. Well, what it did is it actually created an opportunity for us with Trader Joe's, because Trader Joe's is developing a grab-and-go refrigerated section.
And I just want to note that being in Trader Joe's for a brand is a very big deal, because most of the products there are Trader Joe's products. I mean, so you're going to be there next to Perfect Bar, presumably?
Yeah, we are going to be there next to Perfect Bar, and so we're really, really excited to be able to be there as a brand. We talked to them. It's been about a 1.5-year conversation, and we just found out last month that everything's a go. So we're super thrilled about it. We have this little single serving coming out. I am super thrilled about it because it's easier to get out of the package, easier to get in your mouth. You know, it's just like everything about it.
That's exactly what I need.
You can just down it in one fell swoop. And I mean, I do that anyway half the time with the whole bar. But for me, it's kind of a perfect size. It really is literally half the size of this bar. So that's how much I end up usually eating. 1.5 of those little bars inside these big packages.
And Honey Mama's is still a relatively new brand, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And when did Honey Mama's launch? And now you're talking about getting into Trader Joe's.
It's totally surreal, and I launched in 2013. Essentially, I launched at the Portland Farmers Market. We're from Portland, Oregon. That's where we're based, and I launched the company back then. It seems like forever ago, but also just yesterday. It's been kind of this whole experience of a whirlwind and also just pretty much a fun ride, The goal with the company the whole time was to be able to be in pretty much the natural channel in the grocery stores, in a regional way. Now we're here in New York City. I'm with you. We're talking to Trader Joe's. It's all good. It's all good. And it's such a beautiful food. It's such a beautiful product. So
it is a beautiful product.
Yeah.
That said, it's an extraordinarily unique product. I mean, yeah, it's a chocolate bar, okay? But it's, no gluten, soy, dairy, or grain.
Yeah.
It's mostly coconut.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where that's a double-edged sword because you don't have anyone really out there who is like you. So talk to me a little bit about that, because when you're going into, when you create a product, sometimes being in a category can be helpful because you gain awareness by having quality competitors. And I don't know that I know of a competitor for this yet.
I feel like that it is, again, it's the opportunity. And I think probably because I'm the founder and CEO of the company, but I have always seen an opportunity. One of the reasons that when I first made this recipe, I was like, it has to be refrigerated. What else is in the refrigerator that's even remotely like it? Well, Perfect Bar was there, Hail Marys was there, and still to this day, there's really nothing that's like it in the fridge, but those two, we are somewhere in between of what those two are.
Right.
And I gotta say, I think that there's just a world of opportunity for some other like-minded brands to come join us in that category. And I also feel like it's been only a win-win. We have just super great, in the stores that we're in, we just are only our velocities are only going skyrocketing. So it's, I don't know. I feel
your
like
brand, you're a big-hearted company. You're a big-hearted person. So I think you're the kind of person who should be leading in this kind of category. Better for you for a better for you kind of category. Talk a little bit about that, about your message. One of the things I saw that was really cool the other day was you're talking about like Honey Mama's, because it's refrigerated, you can accidentally leave it out and it can melt.
Yeah.
I ate some that melted. Was I poisoned?
No, not at all. Yeah, it doesn't, it does melt because we use a lot of coconut oil and it's a raw food. So it's coconut oil and raw honey that give it that wonderful texture that you freak out about when you first tried it that you were talking about.
And by the way, so in this situation, in this experience, I know I'm here obviously, so I wasn't poisoned. But like it melted in the car, we put it in the fridge, and I just took it back out and ate it, and it was phenomenal. I mean, it's a really great experience.
Yeah, it is, and it definitely is. I don't think that that's a detractor. I think if anything, that's one of my favorite things about that experience that you had is that people will say, what the heck is this? They'll look at it and I'll say it's a raw honey sweetened chocolate. Okay. And then they'll open it up and they'll eat it and they'll take a bite and then they'll get the textural experience. And for me, honestly, the whole company is about this blending of comfort food that is like everything good about every piece of chocolate cake that you ever ate in your life with the
all
wellness.
All these things. She's being modest.
It's good.
Christy Goldsby, thank you so much for being on
You're
the
so
live stream.
welcome.
And,
thanks, Mike.
Best of luck to Honey Mamas.
Thank you. Appreciate it.